Chapter 11 3 years later. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 3 years later, in the past 3 years, Yuan Changqing has reached a height of 1.7 meters, with a tall and straight figure, long blue hair, which is taken care of very carefully, and a handsome face, just like a handsome young man in a painting, with Wang Yuyan by his side. She is also tall and graceful, just like the fairy in the painting. The two of them are like a golden boy and a beautiful girl. They also have a good impression of each other, establish a relationship between men and women, and become childhood sweethearts. It is a matter of course. After saying goodbye to their classmates at the school gate, the two left the school and headed to Lanin village with their luggage. Lanin village, Yuan Changqing's home, because of the skills provided by Yuan Changqing and the blessing of the Feng Shui mimicry array, the family's cultivation level is low in innate soul power. The grandparents have entered the soul sect realm. The father and mother are also soul sects, and the sister-in-law is also level 29. A bottleneck has been reached. Moreover, Yuan Changqing's theory has also been verified. After the first 3 soul rings were added with the soul rings of the blue-silver grass soul beast, the blue-silver grass spirit has indeed evolved and reached the intermediate martial spirit. There was also a surprising discovery. After the blue-silver grass martial spirit evolved, black thread-like veins appeared. Yuan Changqing made a new inference and reclassified the levels of blue-silver grass. Yuan Changqing said to the family, "Grandpa, Grandma, Mom and Dad, sister-in-law, now based on my theory, it can be concluded that our family's blue-silver grass martial spirit can evolve based on reasonable addition of spirit rings. Based on the condition of my parents' blue-silver grass martial arts, evolution may need to go through 4 stages. Ordinary blue-silver grass, black iron blue-silver grass, bronze blue-silver grass, white silver blue-silver grass, gold blue-silver grass. We don't have to think too much about whether there are any subsequent levels. You can tell from the martial arts of your parents what they will look like after evolution. Bronze, white silver, or gold thread-like veins may appear in later evolutions. I will now grade the evolved blue-silver grass martial spirit. Intermediate blue-silver grass blue-silver general, black iron. Advanced blue-silver grass, blue-silver marquis, bronze. Top blue-silver grass, blue-silver king, silver. Super blue-silver grass blue-silver emperor, gold. Judging from this speculation, as long as the additional spirit rings continue to strengthen the origin and bloodline of our family's martial spirit, it can evolve again, so that our blue-silver grass martial spirit is no longer a useless martial spirit, but a top-notch martial spirit. Even a super martial spirit. Hearing what Yuan Changqing said, the whole family was very happy. Although the grandparents missed the first evolution, as long as they improve their cultivation later and add the foundation accumulated in the past, their martial souls can also evolve. Even the origin will be stronger. If there is a chance encounter, it may be possible to make up for the shortcomings of the first stage. My sister-in-law also looked excited. Changqing, then maybe there will be a soul master who has reached the title of Douluo in our family in the future. Hahaha. Yes, sister-in-law, but you have to work hard. I have level 25 soul power now. If you don't work hard, I will catch up with you. Humph, by the time you catch up, I will have reached soul master already. I am now level 29 and will reach soul master soon. Seeing the two people arguing, Grandpa quickly interrupted. Okay, you aunts and nephews should stop fighting and practice hard. Also, as I said today, don't talk about it outside. The secrets of the family's exercises must be kept secret and don't be exposed when we don't have the strength. Having said this, he said to Yuan Changqing, Changqing, you have graduated now, what are your plans in the future? Grandpa, I plan to practice at home for a few years. Didn't I learn blacksmithing for a few years? I just happen to be practicing at home and blacksmithing at the same time. This is also the best choice now. If I don't have the strength, I have no choice. By the way, I can practice my blacksmithing skills and go out to see the world when I have the opportunity. My sister-in-law teased, what about your little girlfriend Yuyan? Yuan Changqing blushed and said, you can't control this, just think about yourself and when will you marry yourself off? Ha, I'm not getting married. I can just recruit a son-in-law. Hey, you have to have one. You don't even have a boyfriend now, and you are looking for a son-in-law. The sister-in-law looked angry, turned her head and said ignoring Yuan Changqing, and muttered in a low voice. Mother Lan Ling said, okay, you two, you start arguing every time without saying a few words. Changqing, you want to practice at home now, then you can teach your younger brothers and sisters at home more when you have time. Now Yuan Changqing's family has 2 more members, a pair of twin siblings, who are already 3 years old and are very naughty and mischievous, adding a lot of joy to the family. I know Mom, I will take good care of them. Yuan Changqing stayed at home in the following days, occasionally going on dates with Wang Yuyan, and managing his 2 naughty younger siblings. After several years of getting to know each other, I have learned a lot about Douluo Continent. The current Pope of Wuhuan Palace is still Tiandou. There is no school named Shrek in Soto City, there is no legend about the Haotian double stars on the mainland. The most widely circulated one on the road is Douluo Continent, the strongest angel in the sky. Tang Chen, the strongest Haotian Douluo on land, came from the Haotian sect. Douluo Bo Saishi, the strongest sea god in the ocean, is said to be on an island in the sea. Now, in addition to Wuhuan Palace, there are 3 powerful sects on Douluo Continent: Haotian sect, Qibao Glazed sect and Blue Lightning Overlord Dragon sect. Each of the sects has titled Douluo in charge. There are also several first-class sections. Although there are no titled Douluo, there are also powerful contra-level warriors in the sections. Then there are some small sects and soul master families. These are the forces that have been passed down by strong men in the past. There are also the 2 major empires on the Douluo Continent, the Tiandou Empire in the north and the Xinglua Empire in the south, as well as some kingdoms and principalities, all of which are dependent on the 2 empires. These are what Yuan Changqing knows about the Douluo Continent. The country he is in is Soto City, the 2nd largest city in the Baloch Kingdom. It is located in the plains, is the granary of the Baloch Kingdom, and borders the Star Luo Empire. Because Yuan Changqing has the World Pearl, his parents' 3rd soul rings are the soul rings of the blue-silver grass soul beasts he cultivated. This also saves his family's first 3 soul rings from having to venture into the forest to hunt soul beasts. Coupled with the practice of martial arts, including 5 animals, they also have a certain degree of force. 5 animals play is an evolution of Huatua, Yuan Changqing's previous life, based on the 5 animals, imitating the power of the tiger, the comfort of the deer, the calmness of the bear, the dexterity of the ape, and the lightness of the bird can allow Yuan Changqing and the others to gain strength and speed. Chapter 12 Plans for Future Development. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soto City, Blue Silver Village. Since Yuan Changqing graduated, he has been staying at home. Every day when I'm not practicing, I'm helping my parents take care of their children, and occasionally doing farm work during the busy farming season. In order to practice his blacksmith skills, he also built a blacksmith shop next to his house. Since the blacksmith shop was built, people in the village no longer need to buy farm tools from Soto City, and Yuan Changqing is skilled enough to make them. While practicing hard in the village, Yuan Changqing is also planning his future path, as well as plans. The first is to improve his blacksmith level. Since his 2nd soul skill, Light of Life, soul ring was attached, he added the 1st soul skill, Light of Soul Power. Yuan Changqing's blacksmith skills have improved visibly to the naked eye. He uses his soul skills when he is tired or injured, which is of great help when he is blacksmithing. As the blacksmith's level improves, the things he needs to build can be completed smoothly, and he can usually receive some OEM work from the Hammer family, due to the loss of soul guidance technology in Douluo Continent. And the fact that Yuan Changqing found very little information on soul guidance technology in the school library, he had no choice but to make soul guidance devices. However, Yuan Changqing also decided that after he reached the Soul King level, he would go to those colleges and universities to see if he could find any books about soul guides. Yuan Changqing also wanted to have his own soul tool. While he was practicing blacksmithing, his family also asked him why he became a blacksmith. My own martial spirit is blue silver grass. If I want to make iron, I also need a hammer or other martial arts. Wouldn't it be more effective with half the effort? Yuan Changqing casually mentioned that blacksmithing can be used to refine soul tools. If he can find the skills in this field in the future, he can refine some soul tools to protect himself and his family. Just such a casual remark. Suddenly, one night, Grandpa gave himself something. Evergreen, Grandpa has something here that was passed down from our ancestors. It is said that it can be used to store things, but it is broken. Take it and see if it can be repaired. Grandpa, how did our ancestors get it? Yuan Changqing looked surprised. Now he finally had a reference. Maybe he could figure out the reason. Grandpa said, I don't know very well. It is said that the ancestor who practiced the soul sect encountered danger while hunting for a soul ring. While avoiding danger, I accidentally entered a cave and picked it up inside. However, it was broken when I picked it up, so I kept it at home and passed it down. Take it and see if it can be repaired. Just treat it as trash. It won't be of much value if you keep it at home anyway. Hearing his grandfather talk about the process, Yuan Changqing was speechless for a while. He finally got a soul guide, but it turned out to be broken. That ancestor might have been very angry at that time, Yuan Changqing thought secretly. Okay, Grandpa, then I will take it and study it. If I can research it, our family can make our own soul guidance device. Go ahead, it doesn't matter if you haven't researched it yet. Our family doesn't need it now anyway, but it would be best if we could research it. In the end, my grandfather said to me encouragingly and comfortingly, after getting a broken soul guide from his grandfather Yuan Tao, Yuan Changqing also had something new to do. Time also passed slowly, and Yuan Changqing also planned his own plan. He remembered when he read the book Douluo Continent before, at the beginning of the plot. Douluo Bo only reached the realm of title Douluo about 10 years before the protagonist Tang San was born, and about 13 years passed before he met Tang San. Douluo Bo was also in an accident and almost died of poison. Fortunately, he was lucky and accidentally stumbled into the wonder of heaven and earth, the eye of ice and fire. With the help of the power of the ice and fire eyes, he suppressed the poison in his body and took the opportunity to break through to the title Douluo. This was because he was strong enough, otherwise his son and daughter-in-law would not have died with the help of the ice and fire eyes. Although I don't know what Douluo Bo's strength is now, based on what I know, I should be about the same age as Tang Hao of the Haotian sect, maybe older than him. Then I can also use this to get the fairy grass and the ice and fire eyes in advance, so that the cultivation speed of my family can be greatly improved. Also, the ice and fire eyes are located in the Sunset Forest outside Tiandou City, the capital of the Tiandou Empire. The distance is not too far. It seems that Yuan Changqing needs to go to Tiandou City, where there are many high-end colleges. He can apply for a teacher when he reaches the Soul King. That would also make it easier for him to find the ice and fire eyes, and it would also be more convenient to hunt for his subsequent soul rings. After the plan was planned, Yuan Changqing continued with his own things, such as learning the runes in Feng Shui and studying the bad soul guidance device, hoping to combine them to create his own soul guidance technology in the future. Yuan Changqing chose the power attack system for his martial soul path. 10 years later, 10 years have passed in a blink of an eye, and my younger brothers and sisters have also graduated. Now they are 13 years old, and their strength is also that of a great soul master. Moreover, he and his sister-in-law are both married. Yuan Changqing and Wang Yuyan are already married and have children of their own. Yuan Changqing married Wang Yuyan when he was 18 years old and gave birth to a 3-year-old boy named Yuan Qinglan, which means green comes from blue and is better than blue. Sure enough, my sister-in-law hired a son-in-law who came to her. He and his sister-in-law went to Soto City for business, and on their way back, they found an injured man in a bush. After taking him home for treatment, we learned that he was a commoner and an orphan, quite handsome, and with the care of his sister-in-law, they developed a good impression of each other and naturally got married. My uncle's name is Yi Xiaofan. He is a martial soul flamingo with level 7 innate soul power. It is an advanced martial spirit. When I met him, he was already a soul king. Since he hunted soul beasts alone, the 5th soul ring attached was only 1000-year soul ring. After absorbing the soul ring, he met a soul beast. After being injured in the battle, he ran out of the star forest and finally met Yuan Changqing's aunt and nephew. He was 5 years older than his sister-in-law. Yuan Changqing was 14 years old at the time, his sister-in-law was 21 years old, and Yi Xiaofan was 26 years old. 10 years have passed, and now the population of Yuan Changqing's family has grown a lot. Yuan Changqing is also 22 years old, a level 49 soul sect, and a strong attack type. Grandpa Yuan Tao is 58 years old, level 54 soul king, strong attack type. Grandma Lan Tong is 58 years old, level 51 soul king, control system. Dad Yuan Fei is 40 years old, a level 45 soul sect, and a strong attack type. Mother Lan Ling is 39 years old, level 43 soul sect, control system. My sister-in-law Yuan Linglong is 29 years old, a level 49 soul sect, control system. My uncle, Yi Xiaofan, is 34 years old, and a level 61 soul emperor. He has the highest level of cultivation in the family. He has obtained the family's martial arts through a martial arts oath. Wang Yuyan is 22 years old, a level 36 soul master, with agility and control system. She also obtained the family skills after swearing a martial soul. The second sister Yuan Zi is 13 years old, a level 23 great soul master, control system. The third brother, Yuan Zilong, is 13 years old, a level 23 great soul master, strong attack type. My son Yuan Qinglan is 3 years old and still a little kid. The younger brother Yiguang is 7 years old, has a martial spirit flamingo, innate soul power level 7, and is a level 11 soul master with a strong attack system. Judging from this, the family's strength is pretty good, and Yuan Changqing and her sister-in-law are about to advance to the Soul King level. Chapter 13, The Fifth Soul Ring. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Because of Yi Xiaofan's arrival, it became safer for the Yuan Changqing family to hunt for soul rings. The grandparents, parents, and other soul rings were completed under the leadership of my uncle. In recent years, Yuan Changqing often went to Soto City and gleaned some useful information while chatting at the Iron Hammer blacksmith shop. Now news about the Haotian double star has been spreading on the Douluo Continent. Yuan Changqing also guessed that Tang Hao might be about the same age as himself, but he didn't know if they had met the Blue-Silver Emperor Ah-in. Yuan Changqing is also planning to go to Tiandou City to look for the Ice and Fire Eyes after obtaining his fifth soul ring. Now Yuan Changqing's blacksmith level has reached the level of 1,000 forgings. The bracelet-shaped soul guide was also repaired, and after inspection, it was found that the innermost core component was damaged. After understanding the soul guidance device, Yuan Changqing knew the method of making the soul guidance device, the shell, the soul guidance core, the rune inscription, etc. These are similar to the ones I refined through Feng Shui. The only difference is that the runes are different. It seems to be a difference in the world. Since reaching the level of 1,000 refinements, I have wasted a lot of precious materials through constant experiments through the talisman road map on the soul guidance core. This made Yuan Changqing feel bad. It was all money, and he was not rich to begin with. In the end, the Soul Guide Core rune road map was perfected, and finally the new Soul Guide Core was carved with the rune engraving knife made by oneself, and a new Soul Guide storage bracelet was assembled with a new shell. I got a 5 cubic meter storage bracelet and continued my efforts to make storage soul guides for each member of the family, both in bracelet and pendant styles. As for the storage ring, because the core component was too large, and I didn't have any knowledge about other soul guidance devices, the size of the space, etc., I couldn't make it. These are all things that he cannot make now. Yuan Changqing can only copy them at most. Half a year later, Yuan Changqing and his sister-in-law reached level 50 Quasi-Soul King successively. Since the martial soul route chosen is the power attack system, the fourth soul skill is hunted from the Iron Sword tree, and the soul skill obtained is Blade Storm, a continuous attack soul skill. The fifth soul skill is still prepared to be attached with an offensive soul ring. Grandpa has already verified this before, and the effect is pretty good. This also makes Grandpa and Grandma's martial soul level reach the level where the Soul Queen evolves to the intermediate martial soul, and the blue-silver becomes the black iron. Yuan Changqing's parents, sister-in-law, and himself had already evolved to the level of blue-silver grass and black iron when they were in their third soul ring. Since I was going to the Star Doe forest to hunt for soul rings, I had to prepare for it for 2 days. A group of 5 people, grandparents, sister-in-law, Uncle and myself set out on the road to hunt for soul rings, because the Star Doe forest was very dangerous. Mom, Dad, and Wang Yiyan stayed at home to take care of the children. Exit from the edge of the Star Doe forest. My uncle is the strongest and most experienced, and he will lead the team this time. Now we are entering the Star Doe forest. This time we are hunting the 10,000-year soul beast. So everyone must maintain formation and be vigilant. Now I will walk in the front, Mom and Linglong will walk behind me side by side, Changqing will be behind, and Dad will be at the end. Everyone is ready to set off. Good, everyone answered in unison. So everyone raised their spirits and entered the forest. My sister-in-law's fourth soul skill is the thorn cage, and her fifth soul skill is to hunt the diamond vine. Because there were places where grandparents hunted soul beasts in the past, they knew that there might be these soul beasts in that location. The group of people searched in the forest for a day. Although they knew the location, these spirit beasts were not necessarily there, just the general location, but they still couldn't find the right ones. In the evening, my uncle began to make arrangements for the night. Because there are some soul beasts that move at night, everyone must not sleep too hard when sleeping. Therefore, everyone takes turns to keep vigil first. I am the strongest here, so I will stay for the first half of the night. Dad, you will stay for the second half of the night. We don't know how long we will be in the forest yet. So, everyone takes turns coming here these days. Okay, Xiaofan, we get it. After dinner, everyone except my uncle began to rest. After all, they had been in a state of high concentration this day. The next day, everyone continued to set off, and finally found the diamond vine that my sister-in-law needed. Because blue silver grass is a herbal plant soul beast, it is relatively fragile, so the choice of the soul beast is to strengthen its hardness and toughness. Therefore, you must be selective when choosing a soul beast, and the Vajra vine is very suitable. My uncle said, Mom, you control the Vajra vine now, and Dad and I will fight quickly. Changqing and Linglong observe the surroundings and communicate in time if there is any situation to avoid emergencies. Good. After everyone responded, everyone began to settle into their positions. Start attacking. The fifth soul skill, Sword of Ice. After a series of attacks by the three people, coupled with the restraint of the fire-attributed spirit beast by the uncle's fire-attributed spirit beast, the Vajra vine was soon on its last legs. Linglong, prepare to kill the soul beast and absorb the soul ring. The sister-in-law took out a long sword and killed the soul beast with one strike. A black soul ring appeared. The sister-in-law sat on the ground and began to absorb the soul ring. Yuan Changqing said, Grandpa, Grandma, little uncle, you recover your soul power first, and I will protect you. I will call you if there is any situation. Good. Then Changqing pays attention to your surroundings and speaks out in time if something happens. After the three responded, they each found a place to recover their soul power. Yuan Changqing also paid attention to the movements around him. 2 hours later, my sister-in-law had absorbed the soul ring, and everyone gathered together again, found a place, and began to rest for the night. In the Star Forest, there is a valley. There is an eye of ice here. It is bitingly cold. The entire valley is like an ice cave. Outside the valley, Yuan Changqing and his party appeared here. There may be the soul beast ice sword grass he needs here. Entering the valley, everyone began to look for the 10,000-year-old ice sword grass soul beast. After some searching, everyone found a suitable ice sword grass not far from Bingyan. Uncle Yi Xiaofan observed the surrounding situation. We are not very clear about the situation of this ice eye. I guess there may be a powerful ice attribute soul beast sleeping under the ice eye. When we hunt the soul beast later, we don't know if we will wake it up. Do you think you should leave here or risk hunting? Grandpa's soul ring was attached in the northern ice field last time, so my uncle meant that if he gave up here, it would be better to go to the ice field to get the soul ring. Chapter 14 Adventure. You are listening at MedicalKnowledge. Everyone also fell into deep thought after what the uncle said. After some consideration, Yuan Changqing stood up and said, Uncle, your martial spirit is of fire attribute. It will be suppressed in the northern ice field and its power will be greatly reduced. So, I think it's better to hunt this ice sword grass here. Now we have 3 soul kings plus 1 soul emperor. Let's fight quickly. Then we will take away the ice sword grass and find a safe place outside. I will absorb the soul ring again. While you are attacking, I will continue to observe the movement in the ice eyes. If there is any situation, we will leave here directly. It will not be too late to go to the ice field. After hearing what I said, everyone thought it would be okay, and then my uncle started making arrangements. Well, just follow what Changqing said, let's take a chance. Now we have 2 control types. You will control the ice sword grass with all your strength first, and 2 attack types. After you guys have control of it, Dad and I will attack with all our strength and hunt it down as quickly as possible. After some arrangements, everyone took action. After all, hunting the soul beast this time was more dangerous. Everyone also began to control and attack with all their strength, which caught the ice sword grass off guard. It weakened after a few blows, and finally died under Yuan Changqing's ruthless sword. Although the process went very smoothly, Bing Yan did not notice any movement. In order to prevent accidents, no one dared to make too much of it. Then, everyone quickly took the body of ice sword grass and left here quickly. After everyone left for a while, they were still running fast, and roars came from behind. Everyone increased their speed again, and they all used the ape running in 5 animals to quickly move away from the valley and the outskirts of the forest. After leaving the valley, everyone found a relatively safe place without any danger. After all, there is no absolutely safe place in the Tiandou forest. At this time, there was no cold sweat on the backs of everyone who stopped. Grandpa said, "Fortunately, we were fast enough, otherwise we might have ended up here." Yuan Changqing also looked happy, annoyed, and frightened for a while. "It's all my fault. If I hadn't decided to hunt the soul beast here, I wouldn't have put everyone in danger." "Fine. Fine." Everyone also comforted. The younger uncle added, "The voice of that spirit beast sounds very much like the roar of a dragon. It is most likely a spirit beast with dragon attributes, but I don't know how old it is." My sister-in-law said, "That must be better than all of us here. The sound alone is terrifying. Maybe not even 100,000 years. When we were running, I heard the sound of other spirit beasts running." "Yeah, it might be sleeping, otherwise we wouldn't be able to escape." Grandpa added, "Xiaofan, Changqing, Linglong, you should restore your soul power now. After Changqing recovers her soul power, you can directly absorb the soul ring, so as not to miss the time to absorb the soul ring." So everyone began to recover their soul power, while grandparents watched the surroundings and protected everyone. Above the ice sword grass, a circle of black soul rings slowly rotated. As Yuan Changqing's soul power recovered, he told everyone and began to absorb the soul rings. As the soul ring fell onto the blue-silver grass, the pain in his body was as if lava was flowing into it. Yuan Changqing gritted his teeth and persisted, and there were bursts of ice sword light in the sea of consciousness. Fortunately, Yuan Changqing practices Eternal Spring Ju, which is a Taoist method for cultivating soul power and spirit. His mental power is also relatively strong. Facing the remnant soul of the ice sword grass, he used his spirit to transform into a sword shadow and attack the ice sword grass. After a while of consumption, the remaining soul was completely consumed. After running the Changchun Ju, the soul ring was successfully absorbed. Just after the absorption was about to be completed, Yuan Changqing felt another burst of heat in his body. After some hard work, the heat finally disappeared. After finally absorbing the soul rings, everyone quickly left the Tiandou forest. After experiencing this experience today, they had long wanted to leave. Arriving at a small town outside the Star Forest, everyone had a good night's rest and headed home the next day. Soto City, Blue Silver Village. After returning home, Yuan Changqing told everyone about the situation when he absorbed the soul ring. Because he was mentally exhausted yesterday, he did not check it. At this time, after he told everyone about the situation, after some groping, a cold sword appeared on each hand. Everyone has never seen this kind of situation, but they also guessed that it might be a soul bone. My uncle had more knowledge than everyone else, so he said, "This may be a soul bone. I have never heard of evergreen, and I have never seen a soul bone." My sister-in-law was dissatisfied. "What do you mean it might be a soul bone? As far as I know, there are generally 6 soul bones, namely the hands, feet, torso, and head. But I've never heard of the evergreen one. Maybe it's a special soul bone. Oh, not everyone heard my uncle explain it like this, and it was all they could do. However, Yuan Changqing did know that this was an external soul bone that was comparable to 100,000-year soul ring, but he couldn't tell it, otherwise he couldn't explain how he knew this, and he didn't want to lie. The younger uncle said again, Changqing, don't expose this in front of outsiders in the future. Even if you have to, you must eradicate it. Otherwise it would be dangerous. Those big families and powerful forces can do anything. I understand, don't worry, I will remember your words. After recounting what happened in the Star Doe forest, her parents and Wang Yuyan were also frightened. After a while of concern, everyone was happy that Yuan Changqing and her sister-in-law had obtained soul rings. This time the girl with the added soul ring has reached level 51 Soul King, and Yuan Changqing has caught up from behind and is already level 52 Soul King. After returning home, Yuan Changqing also told everyone about his plan to go to Tiandou City. He said that when he went to Tiandou City this time, he mainly wanted to find books about soul guides and learn about martial arts, so that he could better understand the blue-silver grass martial arts. The family was also reluctant and understanding. After all, Yuan Changqing had never gone out much and he was still young. Yuan Changqing said, this time I plan to explore the road alone. If you want to take a look then, come to me. When I get to the place and settle in, I will write back to inform everyone. Then he said to his wife Wang Yuyan, Yuyan, I will stay with you at home for a month. I will pick you up after I make arrangements there. If my sister-in-law and uncle want to visit then, they can go together. Don't worry, brother Changqing, I will take care of the family, you don't have to worry. Chapter 15 The Journey. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. After adding the 5th soul ring, the martial souls of Yuan Changqing and Xiaogu evolved again as expected. Most of the black silk veins on the blue-silver grass martial spirit turned into bronze color, leaving only a small part of the black silk veins. According to Yuan Changqing's estimation, this is still not enough foundation, and the origin is not enough for the martial spirit to completely advance to a high-level martial spirit. But after all, it has evolved to a high level. It is estimated that as long as you cultivate to Soul Emperor and add a soul ring, you will completely advance to a high-level martial soul, and you can accumulate foundation and increase your source again. Now Yuan Changqing, his aunt and nephew's martial spirits can finally be called Lan Yin Ho, which can be regarded as validating some of his previous guesses. Everyone is very happy about this. The evolution of Wuhuan not only allows the family to pursue higher goals, it also increases the innate soul power of the martial soul. This is an increase in the origin, making the origin stronger. It also makes the cultivation speed comparable to those of high-level martial arts, so that the blue-silver grass martial spirit is no longer a useless martial spirit. As for the development of the blue-silver grass martial spirit, the family has even issued a hush-hush order on the additional details of the spirit ring and is not allowed to be leaked to the outside world. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the family will be in trouble. Even if you don't know, there are really a lot of secrets in Yuan Changqing's family now. However, his family is still developing in a low-key manner. Few outsiders know that his family now has not only a soul master at the Soul Emperor level, but also 4 soul kings. It can be regarded as a good small family. Yuan Changqing's family is in a rural area, and not many outsiders know about them. Moreover, few people in the village know about their strength. They only know that the village chief and his family are all soul masters. It was Lan Yin Chao who had lost his martial spirit, so he didn't pay much attention to it. In addition, the village chief was Grandpa Yuan Changqing, so his family was quite prestigious in the village. 1 month later, time always flies by, and January has passed like this. Yuan Changqing and his family are all saying goodbye to Yuan Changqing. Changqing, you must take good care of yourself when you get there. If you don't get used to it, come back. Don't let mom worry. The people who care about him the most are always his parents, which makes Yuan Changqing feel like he doesn't want to leave, but he finally endures it. This departure is to prepare for a better life in the future. My sister-in-law also expressed concern. My dear nephew, after you have settled down over there, just wait to welcome your aunt. Although my sister-in-law said this jokingly, Yuan Changqing felt that it was because she was reluctant to let him go. It was also possible that she wanted to go out too, which was funny when she thought about it. Well, then my nephew will greet Miss Yuan Linglong in Tiandou City. Yuan Changqing also said with a smile. He said goodbye to his family for a while, and finally Yuan Changqing asked his family to take care of themselves and not to worry. Yu Yan, take good care of your grandparents, parents, and yourself at home. Qinglan, don't be naughty at home. If I come back next time and find out that you are not good at home, see how I deal with you when I come back. I know, Dad. Just like that, Yuan Changqing turned around and left, leaving behind his family, and tears flowed down from the corners of his eyes unconsciously. Wait for me to write, wait for my return. After walking for a while, he saw his family still watching him silently, so he waved and shouted loudly. In this way, Yuan Changqing left Lanning village and Soto City. Looking at the map, he headed towards Tiandou City. When he encountered a city, he rested in the city. He also went to the spirit fighting arena to participate in spirit fighting to increase his actual combat experience. In the beginning, he lost more than he won, mainly because he had little experience. This was their family's weakness. Later, he also wrote to his family and asked them to open up a venue in a remote place in the back mountain and let his uncle be their sparring partner to increase their familiarity with their martial arts and increase their actual combat capabilities. Why not let them enter the soul fighting arena? They are still afraid of being exposed. Yuan Changqing didn't think of it before. In the end, the family decided not to go, and they still wanted to live in Soto City, but now that I have my younger uncle, isn't he a ready-made sparring partner? Just stop and go. Sometime sleeping in the wilderness, I also encountered a robber. When he saw him alone, he felt that he was easy to bully. He didn't waste any words and directly killed the robber and sent the robber to meet the god of death. This also made him a small fortune, which was an unexpected blessing. What the hell? If you are so poor, you still have the nerve to be a robber. Yuan Changqing said angrily when he encountered a bunch of poor people during the cleanup work after dealing with the robbers. Outside Tiandou City, Yuan Changqing had a fulfilling life along the way. Not only did he gain practical experience, he also made a small fortune. I saw a large city in the distance, much larger than Soto City. It is indeed the capital of an empire, not comparable to the kingdom of Barak. Yuan Changqing said with emotion when he saw Tiandou City. 2 copper soul coins. The soldiers guarding the city stopped Yuan Changqing to pay the entrance fee. He took out the Soul Master's handbook, and the soldiers read it and returned it respectfully. Lord Soul Master, please come in. Soul Masters also have privileges in Douluo Continent. It is a small privilege to enter the city without paying the entrance fee. After Yuan Changqing collected the Soul Master's notes, he strode in and saw people coming and going in the city. It was indeed not comparable to Soto City. After searching for a long time, he found a good hotel. He didn't go to those high-end hotels. After all, he didn't have many gold soul coins, so he might as well save some money. A week later, Yuan Changqing also found out a lot about the situation in Tiandou City. At this time, Lu Erlong had not yet established Lanba Academy. She was probably still studying. Maybe she was much younger than herself. Yuan Changqing also has his own plan. For those high-end colleges now, Yuan Changqing plans to try his luck at Tiandou Royal Academy. It's not that he doesn't have advantages. With his innate third-level soul power of blue silver grass, he has cultivated to the Soul King level, and Tiandou Royal Academy may make an exception to hire him, but it's still a full semester now, so I'll go after the holidays. I usually go to the blacksmith shop to do odd jobs and experience the customs of Tiandou City. He also had a mission in Tiandou City. The first was to enrich his knowledge about martial arts and soul guidance technology. The second step is to look for the Eye of Ice and Fire. Whether it is fairy grass or those precious elixirs, they are very valuable to your family. There is also the need to collect some precious ores and medicinal seeds, which you will arrange in your own 7 stars and the Moon Treasure Land in the future. These are all useful. The other thing is to look for a storage ring that can hold living things. Although your world pearl can hold those fairy grasses, you should not expose it if you can. Chapter 16 Joining Tiandou Royal Academy. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Although the World Pearl has recovered a little, he still needs energy. Although Yuan Changqing will not be able to use the ice and fire eyes in one pot, but he knew the reason for the formation of the ice and fire eyes. It was formed after the death of the Fire Dragon King and Ice Dragon King in the previous God Realm. That place will definitely attract the attention of the God Realm, so he will not destroy the ice and fire eyes. However, the fairy grass and elixir inside still need to be collected, as well as the soul bones of the two Dragon Kings and most of the spring water formed by their corpses. As long as the body is not destroyed, the place will soon be restored to its original state. After all, the two eyes of ice and fire are connected to the underground water veins, but these must be found first before they can be realized. Now I can think about them in my dreams. After Yuan Changqing arrived in Tiandou City, he spent a lot of time getting to know the situation here, and recently rented a house. After he had a fixed residence, he wrote a letter to his home, telling some of his circumstances when he came to Tiandou City from home, so that his family would not have to worry about him. I even found a blacksmith shop to do odd jobs so that I could have an income so that I wouldn't have to live in vain. The annual Soul Master Academy is finally on holiday, and Yuan Changqing is also preparing to apply for the Tiandou Advanced Royal Academy, outside Tiandou City. Tiandou Advanced Royal Academy. When Yuan Changqing came here, a guard stopped him. It's holiday now, let's come back when school starts. Yuan Changqing knew that the guard had misunderstood him and thought he was here to study. Hello, this guard brother, I misunderstood. I'm here to apply for a job as a teacher. Ah. It turns out it's Master Soul Master. Then register your information with me first, and then I'll go ask for it for you. Okay. Thank you, brother guard. After Yuan Changqing registered his information, the guard greeted other colleagues and walked into the college. Not long after, Yuan Changqing saw two people walking towards the entrance of the college. One of them was the guard who had just reported. Hello, are you the Soul Master who is coming to our Royal Academy to apply? That the person who followed the guard asked Yuan Changqing. Yes, hello, my name is Yuan Changqing. Hello. I am a teacher in charge of school affairs. I have read your message. Now you come with me. So Yuan Changqing followed him towards the school affairs office. After the two entered, the teacher said to the person behind the desk. Director Lu, Yuan Changqing is here. Okay, Xiao Wang, go ahead and do your work first. After teacher Xiao Wang went out, Director Lu said to Yuan Changqing. Hello, please sit down. My name is Lu Ming. I am the teacher in charge of school affairs. Yuan Changqing just sat down and stood up again, facing Lu Mingdao. Director Lu, my name is Yuan Changqing, and I'm here to apply for a job as a teacher today. Well, then I'll call you Xiao Yuan. I understand your information. You can make a detailed introduction. Okay, Director Lu, I come from Soto City in the Balak Kingdom. My name is Yuan Changqing. I am 23 years old. I have a martial soul called Blue Silver Grass. My innate soul power is level 3. I am now a level 52 Soul King and an offensive Soul Master. After introducing himself, Director Lu asked again. The Blue Silver Grass martial spirit is recognized as a useless martial spirit. You can actually cultivate to the Soul King. I was shocked when I first saw your message. I thought I saw it wrong, but I didn't expect it to be true. How did you cultivate, and your innate soul power is so low, and you are only in your 20s, but you have cultivated to the level of Soul King? I'm not sure about this either. When I was hunting a soul beast and attaching a soul ring, I found a blood-red ginseng in the Star Doe forest. After eating it, my cultivation speed became faster, but now I'm starting to it slowed down. It was naturally impossible for Yuan Changqing to tell the real situation, so he just gave a random reason. Director Lu said, it seems that you are really lucky, but now that you are at the Soul King level, your cultivation speed will naturally slow down. This is also normal. I understand your situation. You can stay as a teacher. You are new here and may not be qualified for school teaching yet. Let's start as a teaching assistant for next year's freshman. Okay, no problem, thank you, Director Liu. You will register your information with Xiao Wang, who just brought you here later, and apply for your teacher certificate. Report to the school after the term starts, and we will assign it to you then. After coming out of Director Liu's office, I found Teacher Xiao Wang. Hello, Teacher Wang, Director Liu asked me to find you to register my information and my teacher ID. Okay, we will be colleagues from now on, Teacher Yuan. Yes, Teacher Wang, thank you very much for your help today. After registering his basic information and getting his teacher certificate, Teacher Wang asked. Teacher Yuan, where do you live now? I rented a house in Tiandou City. Does our school have teachers' apartments? Well, Teacher Yuan, you also know that our Tiandou Royal Academy is outside Tiandou City and is quite far away from the city, so the teachers all live here and only return to Tiandou City to live after holidays. Teacher Wang, I don't have a problem. I'm renting a house anyway, so I'd better live on campus to save money on rent. Okay, then I will take you to the teacher's dormitory now. Teacher Wang and I came to the teacher's dormitory area of the school and walked to a row of houses. Teacher Yuan, you can live here. This is for ordinary teachers in the school. They are all in separate courtyards. Teacher Wang, this is very good, much better than the house I rented. Well, here is the key to the house. You can go in and have a look yourself. You need to buy personal items in the city yourself. Well, I'm really bothering Teacher Wang today. I'll treat you to dinner when I'm free. Okay, I'll leave first. There's still something to do with the school administration. Goodbye, Teacher Wang. After looking at the dormitory, it was not bad, with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, and the space was not too big or too small. As expected, the Royal College has a lot of money. After locking the door, Yuan Changqing left the school and headed towards Tiandou City. He planned to move there when school started. Recently he has to work in the blacksmith shop, which is more convenient in the city. With his teacher's certificate, he also borrowed a few books from the school and planned to read them when he had free time in the evening. Now that I have become a teacher, I still need to learn more necessary knowledge. After all, I only learned some in junior college. Now I can learn everything I can to enrich my knowledge reserve. Otherwise, if students ask about it in the future and they don't know, then they will be too embarrassed. Chapter 17 Teaching Career. You are listening at NovelFold.audio. Tiandou Advanced Royal Academy. Another year passed, and the annual school day arrived. Yuan Changqing also quit his job at the blacksmith shop and moved to the school. Now he has also received assignments from the school and met his partner. Because Yuan Changqing has no teaching experience yet and is still an assistant teacher, he was assigned to a regular class for first-year freshmen. His partner, as the head teacher, Yuan Changqing mainly assists the head teacher in maintaining class order, conveying the tasks assigned by the school, and checking the homework assigned by the teachers of each subject in the class. Now Yuan Changqing is an assistant teacher in Class 1 and Class 2. The head teacher is a beautiful teacher who is about the same age as himself. Hello, Teacher Yuan, my name is Catherine. Yuan Changqing said, Hello, Teacher Catherine, we are partners now. I will cooperate with your work. Please take good care of me in the future. Catherine stunned him. With blonde hair, blue eyes, tall figure, and curvy figure, exuding infinite charm, she is simply a man's dream lover, making people want to stop. No problem. Now that we have officially met, let's get to know each other better and have a happy cooperation. Okay, I think so too. Then let me introduce myself formally. My name is Yuan Changqing, Martial Soul Blue Silver Grass, Level 52 Attack Type Soul King. My name is Catherine, Golden Eagle of Martial Soul, Level 64 Attack Soul Emperor. Yuan Changqing was also surprised when he heard that Catherine was the Soul Emperor. He didn't expect her soul power to be so high. Wow, Teacher Catherine, I didn't expect you to be the Soul Emperor at such a young age. It's okay. I just have high innate soul power and my level is relatively high. I'm far behind you. You can't say that. It's just that I was lucky and had some opportunities to cultivate to the Soul King level. Otherwise, I can't get much higher with the blue-silver grass spirit no matter how much I cultivate. Okay, let's stop complimenting each other. Let's discuss the teaching plan for the class now. After some discussion, it was mainly Catherine who talked, and Yuan Changqing also made some suggestions. It didn't take long before a rough plan was come up. Catherine had never taught students at the Advanced Soul Master Academy before, and she made the suggestion based on her previous experience at the Advanced Soul Master Academy. After the two discussed, they chatted about their respective experiences. After understanding, Catherine's home was in Tiandou City. She was born a commoner and had a restaurant at home. She was a wealthy family. After awakening her martial soul, her innate soul power was level 8, and she was a genius girl. After graduation, she went to Douluo Continent for some training, and after she came back, she applied for a job as a teacher in school. Yuan Changqing said, "I didn't expect your life to be so colorful. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough, and I went home after graduating from junior college. If I hadn't gotten lucky later, I might have stayed at home all my life and not ventured out. Well, then let's work hard together and sprint higher." The Tiandou Royal Academy was originally established to help the empire cultivate talents. However, as time went by, it gradually turned into a gilded place for the nobility and excluded common people. This made the students of Tiandou Royal Academy uneven, so there was a division of student levels. Those nobles who come to guild mainly come to make connections and wait until graduation to prepare for inheriting the family business in the future. Although there are talented students, they are in the minority after all, and those people are assigned to elite classes as soon as they arrive. The elite classes have the best teachers and the best training environment. These people have received the best training in the empire, and they will also be the mainstay of the empire in the future. However, the school also recruits talented civilian students every year. Otherwise, the Tiandou Empire would have been divided up long ago by those nobles alone. This is also the reason why the empire's top officials turn a blind eye to the academy turning into a gilding field for nobles. Although those genius students are in the elite class, there are still some little geniuses in the ordinary class. After all, the nobles are not all trash. After the opening ceremony, each class began its formal opening ceremony. Yuan Changqing and Catherine formulated their teaching tasks for Class 1 and Class 2, although both of them are novices, they are still doing well. This may be a test for them by the school. In addition to classroom teaching, Yuan Changqing is mainly responsible for daily fixed teaching arrangements. He took over some of the plans he had made when he was studying in his previous life. There is morning jogging every morning, and there is also sparring among classmates. As for practicing in the evening, it depends on everyone's consciousness. There is also an assessment every month, and the assessment is divided according to the level of their innate soul power. The person who makes the slowest progress every month will be responsible for the hygiene of the entire class next month. If you don't work hard, you will keep doing it. Although they are all nobles, they don't dare to explode in school. This was also challenged by someone, and that person was also trained to death by Yuan Changqing. Finally, he found the school and wanted to go to another class, but the school did not agree. In the end, the man was so miserable that he had no choice but to surrender. In this way, he escaped the disaster and became honest. In this way, Yuan Changqing was also described as a chameleon by the students in his class. He changed his tricks to trick people, and everyone was afraid of him. This year, Yuan Changqing and Catherine worked very well together and completed the teaching tasks very well. The students in their class also made obvious progress. The two of them also received awards from the school, including material rewards, which is also very good. Yuan Changqing also followed those students and listened to every class this semester, which was a great benefit. In addition, I also read a lot of books in the college library. However, the senior college is different. There are so many books. If you want to read them all, I am afraid it will not take more than a few years to finish them. There are a lot of introductions about medicinal materials in this world. Yuan Changqing also found a lot of books about soul guides, almost all of them incomplete. The most comprehensive books about soul guidance devices are actually those soul guidance devices used in daily life. But think about it, otherwise there wouldn't be so many in Douluo Continent. However, these can also be used as a reference to draw parallels. Yuan Changqing also plans to take his wife over to live with him after the holiday. Living in separate places is not an option. Chapter 18 Return. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. After the school holiday, Yuan Changqing had a meal with several familiar teachers, packed up his things, hired a carriage and rushed to Soto City, Blue Silver Village. A year later, Yuan Changqing returned to this familiar place, where he cared, although he usually wrote letters home, but after all, this is the only place that feels like home. Maybe in my previous life, I and my grandfather were dependent on each other. My grandfather passed away early, so I am a little lonely. This made me unknowingly rely on home. Only home can make me feel the warmth. The moment Wang Yuyan saw her, she ran into her arms, and the two held each other for a long time without wanting to separate. The two of them separated only after their sister-in-law was making fun of them. Wang Yuyan lowered her head with a red face, like a child who had done something wrong. In the evening, mother and grandmother prepared a large table of delicious food for Yuan Changqing to catch the wind and wash away the dust. After the meal, everyone sat around and talked about the past year. The house is still the same as before, nothing much happens, but there is one more thing to do to exercise my practical experience. My younger uncle has now become the family's sparring partner. Maybe he is getting married, and has no plans to go out to work anymore. Now he is living a very comfortable life in Lanin village. My sister Yuan Zi looked at me longingly and asked about Tiandou City. Brother, is Tiandou City fun? Is there as many people as Soto City? There are indeed a lot more people than Soto City, and it's a lot more lively. As for whether it's fun or not, I think it's about the same as Soto City. But Tiandou City is indeed much larger than Soto City, and there are more powerful people there than here. His younger brother Yuan Zilong also asked, Brother, what about your school? Is it as big as the one here in Soto City? There is no comparison. The school I am currently in is the Royal Academy of the Tiandou Empire. The Royal Academy is built outside the city on several mountains. It is very spectacular and very large. The training facilities inside are also very good. However, it has almost turned into a school for nobles. Only a few talented civilian students can enter and study there. When I come back this time, I bring back a lot of information that I compiled. I'll keep it at home. You can all take a closer look. It will be good for you all. Mother Lan Ling said, How long do you plan to stay when you come back this time? I'll leave in half a month and spend time with you. Then he added, I'm going to take Yu Yen there this time, and Qing Lan will stay at home. I'm not very familiar with her there now. There are still children at home who can play with him, so I need your help to take care of him. I will take him there after his martial spirit awakens. Also, do you want to go there and play this time? I will have time to accompany you around Tiandou City. My sister-in-law wanted to go, but in the end everyone decided to forget it and wait until the children at home are older to go. After Yuan Changqing stayed at home for half a month, he took his wife Wang Yuyan and set off for Tiandou City, Tiandou Royal Academy. Returning to their dormitory, Yuan Changqing and Wang Yuyan were busy for a while, cleaning the house, and after eating, they hugged each other and fell asleep. The journey from Soto City to Tiandou City was dusty, and the two of them were a little tired, so they took an early rest. The next day, the two of them got up early and planned to go shopping in Tiandou City together and buy some daily necessities. After shopping for a long time, when it was lunchtime, Yuan Changqing took Wang Yuyan to Catherine's hotel for dinner. This hotel is considered a mid-range hotel in Tiandou City, offering food and accommodation. After the holiday, Catherine helped out at her hotel. After seeing Yuan Changqing, she walked towards them. Teacher Yuan, are you bringing your girlfriend over for dinner? Why haven't you seen her before? Ahem, Teacher Catherine, this is my wife. I have been married for several years, and my child is 4 years old now. Catherine looked surprised and said, Why haven't you said this before? You didn't ask either. I can't just talk about it. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a bit puzzling? Yes. If you are really like that, others will think you are mentally ill. However, Yuan Changqing saw that after Catherine found out that he had a wife, she looked at him a little strangely. Afterwards, Catherine started chatting with Wang Yuyan, which made Yuan Changqing speechless. They didn't get to know each other so quickly. "Catherine, we are here to have dinner. Let's help with the arrangements. Let's talk when we have time. Don't worry about your family's business. It's okay. I'll go make arrangements first. Let's eat together and treat it as if I'm supporting Sister Yuyan." Wang Yuyan said sheepishly, "Sister Catherine, no need, you should go about your business first. There will be many opportunities in the future. It's okay. I'm just here to help out on vacation. I just want to say hello." Yuan Changqing said, "Okay, I won't be polite to you anymore. We will invite you again in the future." With Catherine saying hello and the food being served quickly, the three of them started chatting while eating together. "Teacher Yuan, why didn't you bring Sister Yuyan here last year?" "Catherine, it's not like you don't know. I only arrived in Tiandou City last year and applied for a job as a teacher. I'm not familiar with this place. Besides, I'm not a rich man, so I can only explore the road by myself first, and get myself settled first before Yuyan can come. Why don't you come with me and share the hardships?" Hearing what I said, Wang Yuyan looked moved, and Catherine nodded. "Sister Yuyan, you are so lucky that Teacher Yuan loves you so much." Wang Yuyan blushed and said, "It's okay, Sister Catherine. You will definitely meet someone who is good to you in the future." After this meal, Catherine and Wang Yuyan became familiar with each other. They kept talking and forgot about Yuan Changqing. After the meal, the two said goodbye to Catherine and returned to the school dormitory together, taking out the daily necessities and setting them up. The two of them sat down and chatted, telling her about some situations in Tiandou City and some things in school. "Yuyan, when I have nothing to do, I can borrow some books from the school library for you, and you can read them at home. Also, don't fall behind in your cultivation. Try to advance to the soul sect as soon as possible. When the time comes, I'll ask Catherine to help me hunt for soul rings for you." "Okay, Brother Changqing, I will listen to you. I can reach the soul sect in 1 year at most." "Well, then go ahead, but don't force yourself too much, just be relaxed and moderate." "Well, Brother Changqing, why do you have such a good relationship with Sister Catherine? I saw today that after she found out that I was your wife, why did she feel that she looked at you a little strangely? Doesn't she like you?" Yuan Changqing retorted, "How is it possible? We are colleagues. We are both new teachers in the school last year. And we are in charge of the same class. He is the head teacher and I am the teaching assistant. We have a lot of contact with each other. So, it's normal to have a good relationship. Otherwise, don't think too much about how to teach students." After hearing this, Wang Yuyan said seriously, "Brother Changqing, I didn't think much about it. Maybe it was my misunderstanding. But Sister Catherine is so beautiful, so you are not tempted. If you were really together, I wouldn't say anything. It's a lie to say that I'm not moved. Isn't that a disease? But I already have you, and we both have children, so don't think nonsense." Chapter 19 Sunset Forest. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. After Wang Yuyan came to Tiandou City, she gradually adapted to the life here. Since meeting Catherine, the two became familiar and became good friends. Every weekend, they would go shopping in Tiandou City together. New semester has begun again, and freshmen have become old students. Yuan Changqing is still the same as last year, partnering with Catherine in taking charge of the original class. Now they are in the 2nd grade, the teaching tasks have not changed much. Although the nobles who can study here are not geniuses, they are only relative to those geniuses. At least their talents are at a medium level in the entire Soul Master world. As long as they practice hard, they will not only become high-level Soul Masters in the future, but they can also become the elites of various families. Because of Yuan Changqing's strict requirements for students, he is called the chameleon teacher by the students, so just thinking about the fixed courses every day makes them feel cold. Last year, only their class had these, and there were still students who were unwilling to follow the arrangements. It was really a practice to death. There is also the penalty for not completing the task, which is embarrassing for these nobles, since some students tried to transfer to another class but failed and were given additional training. The students in their class knew that other than changing schools or dropping out, the only option was to persevere. However, being strict with them is not without benefits. At least the students in their class have made progress. In the new semester, Yuan Changqing and Catherine have arranged new courses. Their class will start forming a team this year, and the class has formed 2 complete teams. After forming a team, they will practice against each other. After the team is proficient, they will go to the Tiandou City Great Soul Fighting Arena for actual combat. Maybe they have fought in the Spirit Arena before, but now it's a team battle. If they don't improve their cooperation with their teammates, the final result will be failure. Of course, going to the soul fighting field will not only involve team battles, but also individual battles and double battles. Yuan Changqing and Catherine will also adjust the personnel at any time to ensure that everyone in the class has a chance to play. In this way, the class began to form teams and fight, and arranged a full schedule every day. Every day, these nobles who had never experienced what it meant to be tired were exhausted. Every weekend is the day they look forward to the most. Their seniors used to say that school is very relaxing. The other classes are indeed as easy as those seniors said. They are just here to get a diploma. Their talents are there and they just need to practice slowly, but what makes them miserable is that when they meet 2 new rookie teachers who still want to make some achievements, their class's misery comes. The students in the class have also reported this to the school leaders, but the school leaders are still very dissatisfied with the fact that the school is about to become an aristocratic school, but their arms couldn't twist their thighs, and even the emperor was unwilling to make a big move, so they just let Yuan Changqing and the others do what they did. As long as their methods are effective and can cultivate talents, then they will follow this model in the future. Since the higher-ups in the empire don't want to make changes to the status quo, then let the school change itself. If those nobles are afraid of hardship and fatigue in the future, then you shouldn't come. Of course, these were all what the school leaders said to Yuan Changqing and Catherine after the school holiday last year. Later, after Yuan Changqing and the others knew the school's thoughts, they could only suffer for the aristocratic students. Recently, Catherine likes to go to Yuan Changqing's house whenever she has time. Now, whenever she is in school, she even eats with them, occasionally staying at Yuan Changqing's home. Yuan Changqing also discovered that since Catherine and Wang Yuyan became best friends, she talked to Yuan Changqing unscrupulously. She often teased him, and Wang Yuyan acted like she didn't notice when she was nearby. Could it be that she fell in love with him? Yuan Changqing didn't realize when he became so good. He himself is self-aware. Let's face it, to outsiders, he looks quite handsome, but his strength is only average. Catherine was different. Although she was a commoner like him, she was not only beautiful, but she was also a very talented soul master. Why did he fall in love with himself? Could it be that he had a clairvoyance and knew that he was not what he seemed on the surface? But when you think about it, it's impossible that he hasn't revealed his situation to outsiders. Yuan Changqing couldn't figure it out, so he just let it take its course. He wouldn't suffer anyway. Thinking about it, he still got a little excited. Maybe he was overthinking it. Time passed slowly, and after half a year of training, Yuan Changqing and his class began to take the students to the Great Soul Fighting Arena. I go there once a week, and after each soul battle there is an additional class, a post-war analysis class. Analyze your own shortcomings, find out the reasons, supplement the shortcomings in combat, and then train, back and forth. After spending this semester in this way, everyone has gained a lot. Whether it is strength or combat experience, the progress is very big. They feel miserable now, but what they don't know is that just because they met Yuan Changqing and Catherine, a rookie teacher, how much it will help them after they graduate and enter the society. Many years later, these people can't help but sigh when they think about it. This year, Wang Yuyan finally arrived at the Quasi-Soul sect. Yuan Changqing was very happy when he found out. It was not easy. It seemed that he had to find the ice and fire eyes as soon as possible. In the past 2 years, Yuan Changqing had not thought about looking for it, but he still held back. In the first year, he had to study, so he went to the library when he had time. This year, after he brought Wang Yuyan here, in addition to reading, he would occasionally go shopping and play with her. So time is tight, but Yuan Changqing still plans to take time to look for it next year. Catherine is also at Yuan Changqing's home today. Catherine, Yuan has broken through the soul sect. We plan to go to the Sunset Forest to hunt for her soul ring. We would like to ask for your help and come with us. Catherine happily said, Yuan, have you broken through the soul sect? That's great, no problem. When will you go? Wang Yuan smiled and said, yeah, I'm not like you, I have great talent, and I just broke through the soul sect now. Ha ha ha, it's okay. My sister will protect you from now on. After Catherine finished speaking, she glanced at Yuan Changqing. Yuan Changqing and Wang Yuan also saw her movements and were used to it. Maybe Wang Yuan really didn't mind Catherine and often joked about her. Sister Catherine, if you want to protect me, it's easy. From now on, you have to be with me every day, right, Brother Changqing? After Wang Yuan finished speaking, she said something to Yuan Changqing, which made him twitch in the face and become speechless. Okay, as long as you don't mind, I have nothing to be afraid of. Yuan Changqing is also a decisive person, Wang Yuan doesn't mind, and Catherine is beautiful, making every man's heart flutter. Yuan Changqing said what he said, which immediately put the two of them out of control. Catherine's face turned red at this moment, and she left without saying a word. Yuan, just call me when you go to Sunset Forest. I have something else to do, so I'll leave first. Chapter 20 Destiny. You are listening at NovelFold.audio. After Catherine left, Yuan Changqing became embarrassed. Brother Changqing, why don't you hold Sister Catherine back? Yuan, you don't have a fever, right? Are you the one who pushed your husband out like this? Yuan Changqing put his hand on her forehead, but she knocked it off. I told you I don't mind. Besides, I think Sister Catherine is not only beautiful, but also a nice person. She also likes you. How do you know she likes me? Did she tell you this too? That's not true, but I can see it. Don't you know that women's intuition is very accurate? I don't know if it's true or not, I just know there is a little fool in my family. Humph, you are stupid. What a great opportunity today, you don't even know how to seize it. Yuan Changqing walked to Wang Yuan and hugged her tightly. Okay, let nature take its course. If it's fate, it will be the same sooner or later. Humph, if you and Sister Catherine get married, you must leave a place for me in your heart. You can't forget the old one when you have a new one. Yuan, you have always been the most important person to me. We both have children. Are you not scolding me for saying this? Well, Brother Changqing, I understand. So, Yuan Changqing changed the topic and talked about going to Sunset Forest. Na Yuan, we will go to Tiandou City tomorrow to collect supplies, and then set off to Sunset Forest the day after tomorrow. Okay, then we'll go the day after tomorrow. You can inform Sister Catherine later. Okay. After Yuan Changqing discussed it, he went to Catherine's dormitory. Catherine, are you there? Here, come in. At this time, Catherine saw Yuan Changqing's face turning red again, and the two of them also looked embarrassed. Yuan Changqing also knew that if he continued to be like this, getting along with him would continue to be awkward in the future. As a man, he can't let a woman confess to him. What, Catherine, you also know that I am married and have children. Do you really not mind this? Teacher Yuan, actually I don't know when I started to like you. When I saw you last year, although you are quite handsome, I have seen you a lot. But since we worked together and saw that you were diligent in everything you did, I found that your figure gradually entered my heart. However, this year I found out that you were actually married. I felt very sad at the time. I forced myself to smile in front of you, and then I realized that I fell in love with you. At first, I wanted to forget you, but slowly, I found that I still couldn't forget you. Later, after Sister Yuan and I became good friends, I found that she was very kind. I also knew that she saw that I liked you. I felt very guilty at the time. What I didn't expect was that she told me later that she didn't mind my presence, but I didn't ask her to tell you. Yuan Changqing did not expect that Catherine would fall in love with him like this. Is it true that the charm of a man who works seriously is so great? Catherine, actually, when I first met you, you really amazed me. You are simply the ideal person in a man's mind. But, I was already married at that time. You were so beautiful and strong, so I didn't dare to think anything wrong about you. If Yuan hadn't told me that you liked me after she came this year, I really wouldn't know and wouldn't believe it. Now I want to tell you, I like you too, but I don't know if you mind my situation. Catherine said, I tried to forget you, but I just can't. Catherine said so, and you'd be an idiot if you didn't understand. Yuan Changqing stepped forward, hugged Catherine, and kissed her. There was a long kiss, which was so passionate that it almost caused Catherine to lose her breath. After the two separated, they hugged each other and sat on the sofa talking. By the way, Catherine, Yuan and I have agreed that we will set off to the Sunset Forest the day after tomorrow and collect supplies from Tiandou City tomorrow. Okay, let's go together tomorrow. Okay, after we get Yuan's soul ring, we will go to your house and talk about our affairs. I just don't know if your parents will agree. Don't worry, my parents are good and they will definitely agree, otherwise I wouldn't have been free for so many years. That's good. You said it was not easy for us to get together. It would be bad if there were twists and turns. Well, it's okay, don't worry. Although Catherine said this, you still need to understand what you need to know. Know yourself and know your enemy. How many people are there in your family? What do uncle and aunt like? I will be ready when the time comes. As you know, our family owns a restaurant. In addition to my parents, it is my brother's family and 2 nephews. Well, it stands to reason that since you are so talented, it should be easy for your family to become a noble, right? My martial soul was mutated for the better. It's my parents who are responsible for the development of our family. Our family used to be commoners. After my father awakened his innate soul power, his talent was not very good. My mother's talent is similar to that of my father. They were classmates and got married after graduation. At that time, we didn't have the strength to go out and start a business, so we started doing business and slowly developed to where we are now. My brother will definitely inherit the hotel from now on. Besides, I am stronger than them now, so there will definitely be no problem with our affairs. Well, it seems that in the end it depends on strength, Hate. In the end, Yuan Changqing made a small joke, which provoked Catherine to punch her in the face. Okay, come with me now and go have dinner. I'd better not go, I'm sorry. It's okay. You and Yuan are good friends now, and will be even more good sisters in the future. Sooner or later, this will happen. After Yuan Changqing's persuasion, Catherine no longer had so many entanglements and went with her. Yuan, the 3 of us will have dinner together tonight. Hey, it seems that you two have settled things, Sister Catherine, we will be sisters from now on. When Wang Yuan saw the 2 of them walking in together, she started teasing them. Sister Yuan, I'm sorry, Catherine looked guilty. Sister Catherine, it's okay. I really don't mind. From now on, we 2 sisters just have to keep an eye on him and don't let him go out to mess with women. Before Catherine could finish speaking, Wang Yuan comforted her. No, when have I ever flirted with women? Isn't this a false accusation against a good person? Snort. Snort.